Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another capsule selection. Today, I'm so elated to bring this particular video to you guys. I'm one when it comes to perfumery, cigars, wines. I love the discovery of these particular artistries, these particular nuances of how people have gone about using earth to create masterful projects of artistry. That's just simple and plain to me. I love what contextual things can do when I can interpret them from scent, from visual, from touch. Those things really capture me in my life. And as a hobby, going into perfumery and then ultimately becoming just like you guys in love with what this particular genre and hobby can do. I am one who's gone into my journey just with curiosity. And so for this particular video, I want to introduce a few fragrances from the house of Roja Parfums that to me, they're majestic fragrances. There are ones that are really the actual capstone to what I would say is Roja Parfums' elaborate and enamored collection of perfumes. This is the Aoud Collection. I have 4 of those particular fragrances outside of the Gulf Collection. I am also interested in the Aoud Extraordinaire, and so I want to do just that, explore and talk about the journey of what Roja Parfums Aoud line has done, because in the world of luxury perfume and fragrances today, we are inundated with an entire amount of fragrances and perfumes that really can capture you, from bottle designs to note structures and stuff like that. But whether you're an oud aficionado or just curious, this is one I want to bring to you guys to tap into what it is to have a luxurious, opulent perfume that I've gone and done an extensive dive into. So if you want to talk about elegance and intensity of fragrances and things of that sort, and then talk about what it is to have a Roja Parfum, this is the video for you guys. So if that sounds like something that you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Welcome to today's experience. As stated in the prologue, we're going to dive into a beautiful capstone or line from the house of Roja Parfums. This is the Aoud Collection. I want to introduce you to the 4 that I have in my collection, which is the Aoud Crystal, the Amber Aoud, the Musk Aoud, and then the Taif Aoud. These 4 fragrances for me have taken me on a beautiful journey in perfumery, from the opulence, the blending, the impeccable blending of what it is that Roja Parfums brings to the market. I want to talk to you about how these fragrances have really impacted me and how, if you're interested, they can definitely impact you. So let's start off first with the fragrance of, let's just start off first with Aoud Crystal. Aoud Crystal, this is the new package. They do not, on the caps, as you may have noted or have seen throughout the years, put the name either in block form, font, and or signature. They no longer put that on the cap. I'm assuming because it took up the price, or the price was exorbitant at that point. I think they should have kept it, as the price point of these fragrances are not cheap, and that was a good selling point for those caps. But the cap is still lined with Swarovski crystals. The atomizers have never changed. They're beautiful atomizers. The plaque, as you know, has changed with the Roja Parfums, changing in the way the font style has been stacked up. But all in all, the crystal bottle is the exact same square, exact same atomizer, and this is the beautiful scent of Aoud Crystal. So for me, Aoud Crystal was the first fragrance to capture me in this one. I also had a 30 ml of this one and ran out of that, and waited till I was able to come around again to get this particular scent in my collection. I just picked this one up about a week ago, and that's why this video is coming to you guys, to showcase these scents to you. But this one here, it is a very complex and beautiful fragrance that has a very beneficial use of the opening. This is for the sophistication or sophisticated aficionado. This is the one that can go into every sense of wearing. This is a 4-season scent. This is a every occasion scent. I would not wear it often in any occasion, but somewhere where I want to feel opulent, luxurious, I can wear this to anything in the blend at all. The business fragrance, it has this opening of very beautiful, bright, uplifting opening citruses of bergamot, lemon, and a nice use of a green lemon verbena. So it can go into the line of fragrances like, I would say, what's the one from Creed? The the one that uses the verbena, green Irish tweed. So it has that green effect to it while having this lush base around it and this beautiful veiling mid of rose, ambergris, and musk. This one here is a warmer on the skin, so it's very much so not a screamer. It's the one that is a calling card to come in and bring people closer, more alluring, because as the revealing of that delicate rose in the middle with that jasmine and ylang ylang, it starts to melt into the skin, brings more and more of a seductive take on a fragrance. Then, of course, that sensual warm base of oud, patchouli, and a hint of spices in this one in the base make it so luxurious feeling. It is ethereal, luxurious. It feels like a radiant veil around your body. It's inundating of luxurious, soft, warm coziness, while also smelling of the best character and the best oils you can find on the market today. So the Aoud crystal, I was going to get the plain Aoud, but I remembered that the crystal line did not change like we all thought it had. Some people have spoken how they thought that the crystal line had a different scent profile. But if you go on the Roja website where I purchased this from, it states that the scent has not changed. It just went through another distillation process to bring forth a scent that you can spray on light color clothing. So at the beginning, Aoud crystal, a beautiful, beautiful scent based around the opening of a bright and live and green and sophisticated use of citruses and greenery. Then it goes to that mid of just sparkling florals, and then the base of sensuous patchouli, oud, musk, and rose is around that area. Elegant perfume that I think all you guys should get a sample of to see how it fits in your wardrobe, because for me, this is one that's going to stay in for the rest of my years. First off is Roja Aoud Crystal Parfum. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have here Musk Aoud. All of my bottles are 100 ml bottles now. So Musk Aoud is the oldest of the bunch that I've had. This one has to be now between 8 and 10 years old when I purchased this bottle years and years ago. Some of the writing, as you can see, is wearing off. That's the use case scenario with these fragrances. They have oils in them. You spray them, you wipe them. They have oils that take some of the printing off. But that's, to me, is character in a fragrance. As you can see, as I stated, this one has the block font, which you don't see in them anymore because they changed to the actual signature. This is the block font cap. The atomizer is gorgeous. You know, it's one, when I say gorgeous, I mean pressurized. It's controllable. You can press it to where it can have a billowing cloud or just a little spritz, and you have exactly how you want to wear it in and around your body. So if you want to spray heavy in the stomach or the belly area, heavy in the shoulders but light around the neck, you can do that with these atomizers. That's just how much attention to detail that they placed into these particular scents. When it comes to the fragrance of Musk Aoud, Musk Aoud was the one that captured me in the beginning, and as it inundates the area right now with that spray, it is a beautiful wearing scent. If opulence and seduction could be bottled, it would smell like Musk Aoud, in my honest opinion. This fragrance is intense yet smooth with a very magnetic pull that is irresistible. You get a lot of earthy richness from oud, but it softens up and it's centralized with a silky layer of musk in the mid to the base. There's a spicy kick from the nutmeg and cinnamon that balances this one out with a soft floral heart that keeps it refined. This one here has the dry down where it really truly shines, where it's merging a very deep animalic musk with a warm softness of leather and oud. Musk Aoud is a powerhouse fragrance that's bold, sexy, unforgettable, and just, it doesn't lack in any character or opulent feeling. It's one that very much so drives the line to me when I think about what a luxurious and opulent feeling fragrance is. And that's why this one to me is, even though Roja has a prestige line where it goes into thousands of dollars, the scents that I have been attracted to and have ultimately made me feel more luxurious, more affluent, more luxurious, it is the Aoud line. They're special fragrance, and each one has its different faucet that goes off completely different, but well composed around the similar Aoud accord that he uses. So each one has a peak and valley of use of certain just immaculate oils that go well, and his blending, phenomenal. That's why I always preach about, when people ask me what is one of my favorite luxury perfume houses, I always point to Roja Parfums, because the blending to me is phenomenal. So once again, like I stated, if opulence and seduction could be bottled, it would be the Musk Aoud fragrance, with a lot of musk, deep, rich, sweet, warm musk, a nice, smooth leather, lots of woods, lots of ylang ylang and bergamot in the opening, but it just uses this very sweet birch leather that is so sensual. Like I stated, the nutmeg and oak moss, a little bit of amber seed, create that musky accord. Very sensual fragrance, very opulent, and I think all you guys should get your nose on this one as well, because these four fragrances really do create a sense of pride, character, and quite simply the feel of an opulent individual. Musk Aoud is the second one for you to get your nose on. Next up on the list, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Taif Aoud. Now, Taif Aoud, as I'll continue to point out, this one is the cap situation where they started to use the signature. If you can see there, Roja Parfums signature is now the font versus the block form that was in the previous iteration of the bottle. Each one has a different color stone in the Swarovski crystal. Some are clear, some are golden, some are actually pewter. This one here, Taif Aoud, man, when I smelled it, I actually bought this fragrance to wear to weddings, man. You can go figure. To have a case usage for a fragrance. This one is so opulent, so rich, so inviting, so ethereal, yet it is the ode to the rarest and all most beautiful roses in the world, and that is the Taif rose from Saudi Arabia. This one has a very deep and rich honeyed effect from that rose, which is almost mystical, man. It's a fragrance that tends to have this lush rose captured around a very sweet and spicy nuance. It's completely. When I say completely, I'm saying that this one is a complete fragrance from top to base. This one here, the other ones have a very rich opening, and then they subdue themselves. It's not a linear scent, but you can smell that the richness of the base is so spectacular for each fragrance. This one here has the most evolution because of the use of a very fine layer of clove, along with the spices of what is that? Spices and ylang ylang inside of this one. It has the clove patchouli mix, as I'm trying to say, the other spices. Also, there is a saffron mix in this one that very much so becomes a quite heady effect to this one, while bringing around the rarest of roses, which is that Taif. If you are a fan of Taif Aoud or Taif Rose, this is one that I think you get your nose on first. This is, to me, not the most opulent, but it is the most luxurious, if that sounds in a way, because opulence can be something of a, not a outreaching or unreachable, but something that just feels an air of stuffiness, or not something that you can wear in your 20s or something like that. Very classic leaning, very elegant leaning. This one here, as a lady and or gentleman, this one here can be worn by everyone from the age of 30 up. The others, I would say, go around 35 because they have a very classic elegance to them. This one here has a very nuanced, modernistic realm to it, which is very beautifully captured with, like I said, the complemented beauty of saffron. It adds this regal golden touch to it. It is an oud that has an amber anchor in the base of it, which brings a warmth and depth while hinting at that clove and patchouli. But that Arabian rose that you feel and smell throughout this particular fragrance wearing is like walking through an Arabian garden. Just rich, intoxicating, and utterly captivating is what you feel wearing this particular scent. And it's one that is, to me, it straddles the line just barely, but it's on the masculine side of unisex leaning. That rose is gorgeous, man. If you ever get a chance to smell this one, I think you'll appreciate what it is as far as that opulent, rich ode to the actual rose of Taif. So get your nose on this one as well. This is Taif Aoud by Roja Parfums. Ladies and gentlemen, last on the list of the fragrances that I want to introduce you guys to and talk about is Amber Aoud Crystal Edition. This is a very intense, ambery, sweet fragrance that I, for one, if I was to categorize each one of these, this would be my favorite of the bunch. It is very hard to put these into a top tier 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 as it comes to my collection, because this line is my favorite line of all perfume when it comes to a line. These have each and every one rotated in my top 10 at one point in time, for work uses, for just love uses, just how the scent smells. They're gorgeous wearing fragrances. When it comes to Amber Aoud is in my top 15 to top 10 every single time I think about it. So it's the one that has stayed in the realm of top fragrances for me. It is the very best of the signature blend of Roja Parfums Aoud Collection. It is a warm, mysterious, pure luxury fragrance. It is opulent. It's a symphony of amber and oud. It's blended with this smoky, resinous, woody tonality to the mid of the fragrance. It has a resinous, beautiful, ambery fig accord that is full of depth, the honey depth of this one, and that amber is so well done and refined. It's one that I very much so, when I talk about fragrances and how they come off to me, and people ask me all the time, what is some of the best? I often tell you guys that Amber Aoud is one of those fragrances, man. It's captivating, it's sensual, it's luxurious, it's a very profoundly beautiful fragrance, and it's one that very much so, if you put it in your collection as your number one evening fragrance or elegant fragrance, or that one fragrance that you really want to splurge on, you won't be disappointed. A lot of fragrances we get asked about in this hobby of collectors and connoisseurs is which one is best for this occasion or that occasion, or for differences of price points and things like that. But when it comes to pricing, some fragrances can smell like some others, and some can have a nuance and richness of another. But when it comes to this Amber Aoud fragrance, it is one of the most beautiful, rich, refined, sweet, cozy, just ultra smooth feeling fragrances on the market today. It is very much so a fragrance that if you put into your collection and use in the right environment, you will be intertwined into the best of life and living. It is full of the fig, the luxurious smell of ambergris, oak moss, patchouli, which adds a very beautiful earthy depth that rounds out the whole scent. The Amber Aoud, it just feels like it's wrapped in a cashmere blanket and just veiled by your lady or your guy around a very warm and cozy situation. It's luxurious to the T, man. It's dinner date, it's steak night, it's vacation, it's going to the resort. It's everything you want in a winter fragrance that just tells a story, captivates, and tells who you are as a human being as far as your taste and your values. Very comforting, like I said, man. That creamy fig, this rich jasmine, the rose, it's all intertwined in there around that Aoud accord or Oud accord that Roja loves to use. And this, to me, like I stated, it was last because I wanted to let you guys know this is my particular favorite. But this line, completely and full stop, is my favorite line of fragrances in today's market. So once again, Amber Aoud, gorgeous oud, ambergris, fig, rose, sandalwood, geranium is in this one. A little bit of lemon in that opening that just goes off so well. The lime is in this one as well, and of course the musk. So this one has a little bit of each of the previous fragrances outside of that Taif rose, which is exclusive to the Taif fragrance, but it smells divine, man. It's one of those fragrances that I hope you guys get your nose on. So once again, Amber Aoud Crystal from the Aoud line of Roja Parfums. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope today you got something entertaining and educational. Today, I just want to introduce you guys to the Roja Parfums Aoud Collection. Outside of, like I stated, the Golf Collection is a part of the Aoud, but I just kind of put that in a separate category. These four are very phenomenally done, fantastically blended, and beautifully opulent fragrances that really create a true sense of allure for a person. It's one that outside of wanting to wear something for someone else or pull someone else in, these are fragrances that really, once they become a scent that's around you, it's like one of those effects of having a great education or a great skill set or great knowledge of something. It makes you better, and this is that type of scent. When you put these on, especially for me, the Amber Aoud, when I put it on, it just feels like I am the king of the world, and that's what I go out as feeling. It's one of those beautiful fragrances. So, as I always state, man, if you found something educational or entertaining about this particular video and want to know more about the Amber Aoud, Taif Aoud, Musk Aoud, or Aoud, the plain, I call it the plain Aoud, just tap in below. I got more information for you, but just briefly introducing them to you guys. So until next time, until next video, you guys have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. If I don't talk to you before then, peace.